So Descript has a screen and webcam recorder built into the editor, and it's great. It's multi-track, gives you a ton of flexibility if you're editing a screencast or you want to use templates or something like that. But often you just want to capture and share something super fast, and that's why we built the Quick Recorder. The Quick Recorder is a standalone app that's included with Descript, lives in your Windows system tray or your Mac menu bar, and it's just always running in the background, even if Descript is closed. So if you're inspired to record something, it's always a click or a keyboard shortcut away. In this video, I'm going to take you through some tips to get the most out of Descript's Quick Recorder. I'm going to assume you've been able to set up the Quick Recorder and get the basics of making a recording, but if you need help with that, stop by the Help Center. Okay, before you even get started recording anything, I want to show you how to enable one of Descript's coolest features. It's an AI effect called Studio Sound that'll take noisy or echoey or just plain mediocre recordings and make it sound like you made them in a studio. So unless you're already using a professional mic, I recommend turning this on. Just go into the Quick Recorder settings and you can enable it and it'll run automatically on every recording. Okay, with that out of the way, let's get into the main thing that makes the Quick Recorder different from all the other screen recorders out there. And that's what you see right here the moment that you hit the stop button. It's called the Quick Editor. It's like a light version of Descript, a kind of staging ground you can use to make a couple of quick tweaks before you share your video. The Quick Editor is how we make it possible to quickly capture and share screen recordings while still taking advantage of Descript's superpower, which is editing. So let me show you some of the things you can do from the Quick Editor. First, this probably goes without saying, but you can edit your recording like a doc. So if you mess something up, you don't have to start over, you just edit it out like this. But the Quick Editor doesn't stop with removing words. As long as you set up your Overdub voice, and we have a separate video on that, you can also type new words and Descript will automatically generate those words in your voice. And in particular with Descript, I think, is you video, audio, and especially with Descript, I think, is you end up. It's also very fast to remove filler words from the Quick Editor. You'll get a little prompt letting you know how many filler words you used in your recording, and then you can delete them all with a click. For most people, not only does this make you sound a lot more eloquent, it shaves about 10% off the length of your recording. So even just with those three basic editing features, you're hopefully starting to get a sense of what's possible with a Quick Recorder. All screen recorder apps are great at making it easy to get your thoughts out. But if you're actually going to send this stuff to people, you probably want to edit a little bit first, unless you're someone who speaks in perfectly formed sentences. So with the Quick Recorder, you get all those benefits, but you don't lose the editability that you're used to with a doc or an email. And once you've really internalized that you're going to be able to edit your recordings, you may notice that it starts to change the way that you record. Rather than aborting a recording because you didn't like the way you said a line, you just say it again a few more times until you get one that you like. Or rather than just bulldozing your way through a thought and ending up with something kind of rambly, you might pause for 5 seconds to form your sentence in advance. And by the way, you can also edit out gaps here. Just click between the words, and then this shows you the size of the word gap, which you can quickly edit out. So the way that I use the Quick Editor, like 80% of the stuff I record, it's like 30 seconds long, just a quick bug report or an idea that I'm going to share over Slack or something. In those cases, I don't bother editing. There's just not a lot there to edit. So on this screen, I'll use it to quickly rename the video, press Command Return to quickly publish, and I'm done. So we've now gone over the editing capabilities from within the Quick Editor. It's really just the essentials. If you decide you want something more involved, like to stitch together multiple videos or to use templates, you can always open your quick recordings in the full editor. You can do that by either clicking this button to copy it over to a new project, or this is really cool, use this button to copy your quick recording to your clipboard, and then you can paste it on a scene over top some other voiceover. I'm using that technique a lot to make this video. All right, so that's an overview of the Quick Editor. Back to the broader Quick Recorder, I want to show you a few more tips. Nothing crazy magic here, just some stuff that'll really help streamline your workflow. First, make sure that you learn and use the global keyboard shortcut. You can set it in the Quick Recorder settings. I just have it as the default, which is Command-Shift-2 on Mac. You'll want to use this not only to start your recordings, but also to stop them. Definitely a lot faster than clicking in the menu bar every time. Once you've initiated a recording, you can either just hit space to record the whole screen, or you can draw a bounding box. And if you do draw a box, hold the Shift key to preserve the standard 16:9 landscape aspect ratio. Next one is resolution. The Quick Recorder can record it up to 4K, and you can set that max resolution here in the settings. Now I want to show you a setting that's on by default that I really like to disable. So when I'm done with a recording that I'm not going to edit, I'll normally just quickly rename it and then press Command Enter to publish. And when you publish, it's automatically copying the link to the video to your clipboard. So you're all set to just paste it into Slack or an email or whatever. But by default, it's also going to open the video in the browser. I find this really annoying. I don't need to see the video in the browser. I've already got it on my clipboard. It just slows me down. Luckily, you can disable that behavior by going into the settings and unselecting Open Web Page after Publish. Final tip, what if you need to go back and find an old Quick Recording? Just open your Descript drive view, and then in the sidebar, click Quick Recordings, and you'll see them all there. Those are all the tips. Hope they're helpful.